Alright, today I'm going to share 5 accessories for the Ace Pro 2 that I think are worth getting. But first I want to find a quiet spot to shoot this video because it's nice out and I feel like going outside today. So I'm going to go find a spot to set up and then we'll go over the products. Alright, this feels like a good spot. There are still a bunch of crows around me making noise, so if you hear that in the background, I apologize. So let's go through these accessories for the Ace Pro 2, starting with the first one. This is the Xplorer Grip. This aluminum case holds the Ace Pro 2, turning it into basically a point-and-shoot camera. Got a grip on the right side. The rubber coating on the handle is soft and grippy and makes it more comfortable to hold. This lever on the top makes it much easier to push the shutter button, making it feel much more natural like a regular camera. Shutter button on the Ace Pro 2 by itself with no case is actually pretty firm, so it's a little tough and kind of awkward to push if you're just using it to take photos and videos. There's a cold shoe mount on the top of this if you want to mount mics or lights or different things, and there's this little insert that comes with the cage that slides right in if you're not using it, just to give it a nice clean look. The side port's open, so you still have access to your SD card and your USB-C charging slot. And then the power button is above that. On the bottom of the grip, it's open as well, so you still have access to the quick release on the bottom of the Ace Pro 2. To press this button right here, it says press. Push that in, the side opens, and it pops right out pretty easily. Even with this Xplorer Grip on, you still have access to flip up the screen from the back. Doesn't block it at all, so you can still look at the screen when you're vlogging. All right, accessory number 2 is this selfie stick and tripod. This is kind of a staple item that you can use so many different ways. Right now I have the magnetic mount from Insta360 always fixed to the top so that I can just snap it right onto the camera. It's ready to go. I went with this brand called Ulanzi. It's just one I found on Amazon, but I got this one over the Insta360 version because this one has a ball mount on the head. So I can swivel this thing around and adjust it to make sure it's always level. The Insta360 version did not have that. It was fixed, so you can only go back and forth. If you plan on doing any sort of vlogging with your Ace Pro 2, having a grip like this is essential. So you can walk around and talk with it, point it at yourself. You can turn it around and get different shots of places that you're at. You can walk around with it. It's just super versatile. The base of this thing opens up so it stands into a little tripod. So you can use this for just talking to it. If you're doing vlogging, like I said, you could do this for getting shots of yourself, action shots. Center column on this one raises up. Just got to pull it up. It's a little firm, but this thing raises up so you can get a taller perspective. Goes right back down. You can really get some cool shots with this thing. Like when we were driving in Zion, I had it fully extended and held it up and out of the window just to get more of a kind of bird's eye perspective. I also used it upside down, just flipped it upside down and carried it and walked really low to the ground, following our dogs on a trail. So that gave a really cool perspective. Besides the Xplorer case, this one is definitely my most used accessory out of all of them. Okay, accessory number 3 is this suction mount. This thing's great for getting driving shots and unique angles from the car. I primarily use it inside of the car to get driving shots forward and driving shots of us. This one that I got here is from Newer. I just found this on Amazon. It was like 50 bucks, I think. We use this suction mount a lot when we were in Iceland. I just had it mounted to the front windshield on the inside. So it's adjustable on these 2 points, these 2 ball points right here. When this thing's loosened, you can adjust it up, swivel it, move it around. When taller inside, once you get this thing mounted, you can adjust it as however you need it to get the perfect shot. The suction doesn't feel sticky, but the way that it works is you press this onto a clean, flat surface, and then you pump this pump and it sucks the air out until this white line is hidden inside of here like this. So when the white line's out, you don't have suction. When the white line's all the way in, you do have suction. I messed around with a few different angles inside the car and outside of the car with this thing, so I'll go ahead and show those now. You can see how those turned out. I also tried mounting it on the hood facing me while driving, and it felt solid when I put it on and started driving, and I didn't see any issues. But as I started driving a little faster, the vibration from the hood, or maybe the wind together, made it lose suction, and I saw the white line pop out as I was driving, and I immediately pulled over to take it off before it fell off the car. Okay, accessory number 4 is a handlebar mount. Even though this is technically called a handlebar mount, it's really just a bar mount. This universal mount on the bottom here, it's got this little rubber insert. If you have smaller bars, or you can see when it's closed and there's no inside, it's much bigger, it's much wider. So you can fit this on a range of different bars. I got this initially to use on my mountain bike so I can get some riding shots pointing forward and also pointing back at me while I'm on the trail. Because I was on a dirt trail and it was bumpy and rocky, I don't know if it's the height of this thing or just because my handlebars shake that much, but this thing was shaking like a lot. With the camera on it, it was visibly shaking, and I was concerned the footage would not be usable. But because this little camera has such great stabilization, I mean, even though the thing was rattling around like this, it was very steady in the end, and I was able to use all the footage. But yeah, so that really surprised me. I mean, I knew that it had great stabilization, but seeing it do this and seeing the final footage come out pretty stable was pretty impressive. Another use case for this is actually mounting in the car, which I tried. I mounted it to one of the bars on the headrest on the seat, had it kind of sticking out just for a different perspective from the inside of the car of me driving. Really, you can mount this to any sort of pole or bar as long as it's round and fits within this clamp right here. So, you know, great use case for this would be like a fishing pole. If you wanted to get shots of yourself fishing or casting, you can mount it on like different off-road vehicles or side-by-side vehicles that have like roll cages and bars. Again, it just gives you more options for getting more unique shots that you wouldn't normally want to put a big camera on. This works very similar to the suction mount. It just has a center like twist right here, and then has 2 points of adjustability. So you can swivel this thing and get the right angle you need pretty easily. And the top's like just a full ball mount, so you can go any direction. This thing's been, like I said at the beginning, it's technically called a handlebar mount, but don't be limited by the name. You can mount this to almost anything. Accessory number 5 is this neck mount. I've been thinking of what would be a good kind of mount system for like POV shots. You know, I was initially looking at something that the selfie stick could clip onto, maybe on a backpack or something. I know they have one specifically for their own selfie stick, but these off-brand ones, I didn't see any options. It seemed like a very useful and practical mount just for like walking around, or if you're standing doing something with your hands, working on a car or something, like it could just be on and you could just be recording and it's out of the way. Just super convenient. So, I mean, it looks a little silly. It looks a little silly, and I think that was one of the reasons I first was like kind of wrote it off and thought it might be kind of weird. But you know, I rode over here with it, and I think it actually like works really well. It's comfortable. It's not super noticeable when it's on. The one that I got is from Small Rig. It's got a little magnetic mount on the front here. Currently, I have the Insta360 quick release mount attached as well to it, just so I can snap the camera on real quick. I haven't had a lot of chances to use this yet, just cruising around on the e-bike and walking the dogs just to kind of get a feel for it. This material is actually really nice. Like this water TPU or rubber coating on the outside of this thing, it's like really soft. It's got some grip on the back here for your neck. Super flexible. It's got like a metal wire on the inside so it holds its shape. You know, you can just form it. Once you put it on your neck, you kind of just like form it and bend it to just fit comfortably on you. The button on the back is what releases the lever on the top, so you can just easily slide this on, click it on over your neck, and you're ready to go. So really convenient to use and just throw on to get quick POV shots. There's 2 buttons on the side here. Push both of those, pops right off. Again, I got the one that's magnetic, so this thing just snaps right on, locks into place. Push those buttons again. So I can have the camera mounted horizontal, or I can turn it, snap it on in this way, and I could have a vertical mount if I want more vertical shots. I feel like this is a great mount option for people looking for POV shots. For example, if you're into things like building things with your hand, if you're doing cooking content, if you're doing fishing, Or in my case, most likely I'll probably be using this when I'm hiking, just wearing it on my neck and getting some POV shots when we're hiking around. There are some other brands, I think Small Rig actually has one too, but they have some that there's like a strap that goes around, and basically when it's here, it straps around your torso to give you added security of this thing not moving around. But I wanted just like the quick throw on, throw off, just super convenient for those fast shots, since I'm more into the run and gun style shooting, so that works better for me. It is just resting on your neck, and this thing's just resting on your chest, so it does kind of bounce around a little bit, but again, like the camera's stabilization is so good that you're probably not even going to notice that. When I rode the e-bike over here, I noticed just going over some bumps and stuff that it kind of was like bouncing a little bit, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it looks on camera if he even picks that up. Okay, so those are the 5 accessories that I recommend for the Ace Pro 2. They give you quite a wide range and multiple use cases for capturing different types of shots. These are the kind of ones that I would use most often and kind of fit the content that I make. So it might be different for you guys. If there's any others that you guys recommend, I'd love to check them out. Just go ahead and comment them below and let me know, and I'm definitely gonna look into it, because I'm still new to the Ace Pro 2 and I'm still learning this thing, and yeah, just testing out everything that I can, because it's a fun little camera and you get all kinds of cool shots with it. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.